Everton have been in Australia for the first part of their pre-season preparations. David Moyes and his squad arrived after a marathon journey from the UK and were greeted by Tim Cahill and a throng of excited Everton fans.
Pretty excited. Phil Neville's already texted me and a few of the lads all expecting big things, but this is it, they're here now, so it's going to be a great start to the tour, and I think for Everton it's massive because it's good for Australian football and it's good for the Everton brand.
Yeah, we're all really excited. We stopped off in Dubai and we just couldn't wait to get out here, and now we're here. The weather's more like England, and we're just ready to get going.
First time I've been here, and it's a long time since Everton I've been here, so it's something we're looking forward to. As you can hear, we've got a lot of Everton supporters here. Tim Cahill's mustered up a lot more for us over the years as well, so we're looking forward to getting started, getting training and enjoying our time here.
The Toffees play 3 games in Australia, the first of which is here in Sydney. Soon after they'd arrived, the players took a leisurely jog down to the famous Sydney Opera House and were also able to take in the impressive Harbour Bridge. There wasn't much time for the players to adjust to their new surroundings before they were out on the pitch doing some intensive training sessions. David Moyes and his coaching team had meticulously planned the players' activities to ensure maximum benefit in terms of fitness and well-being, but jet lag remained an issue.
It's not an easy trip to make. I believe this way, coming east is the more difficult part. It's been tough for everybody, so we've been easing into training yesterday, and we stepped it up a bit again this morning, but it's not been the eyeballs out stuff yet.
We've tended to choose American in recent years. Not started the season too well in the last couple of years, so I'm hoping that Australia brings us a bit of luck. Obviously, Tim Cahill's a major part of that as well. We've got a lot of Everton supporters in Australia, and I think with Timmy playing over here as well, I think that's increased it. So it's good to come over here and meet them all.
I'm proud. I think Everton's a great brand throughout the world, but it's not all down to me. I think they assess the country, assess who we're playing against, the facilities, stadiums like this, and everyone's very impressed. The lads are here, and we're all here to train really hard, and pretty much this is our pre-season, so it's all about getting fit, and wherever we are, we enjoy it. But this is a fantastic place to do it, and I'm very proud to be associated with it.
The Toffees had some of their training sessions at a local rugby league stadium, and as the week progressed and the game against A-League champion Sydney FC approached, there was more emphasis on ball work, although not everybody was convinced.
Well, the ball work is more like fitness work in disguise, to be honest. It's mainly running, and I guess that's what we need, but it's not, after holidays, it's not easy to get back to fitness now.
It's one of those things that's got to be done. There's no way around it, is there? You've just got to get on with it.
No, you have to go through it, but even if you know it, it doesn't make it easier. It's tough. It's really, really tough.
One particularly gruelling session took place at an athletics track in the shadow of the imposing ANZ Stadium, the venue for the first match. Seemingly endless 200-metre sprints were the order of the day as David Moyes tuned up his players.
We tend to do the ball work in the mornings, and then I'm running in the afternoons, which probably makes more sense because if you do the running first, you're not going to get very decent standard out the ball work by the time everyone's legs are in bits. So I think at the moment we're getting the ball work done in the morning, which is intense and is really hard as well, but we get our recovery in the afternoon, and then we'll go out and do the gym or our running in the afternoons.
Let's welcome our principal guests of the evening.
I was a bit taken aback at the amount of people in here, but Evertonians shouldn't surprise you ever, should they?
No, I think we played in Europe a couple of years ago, and we had thousands following us everywhere, and everywhere we go in the world there's always a big following, and we've come to the side of the world now, and I think you can see that Tim Cahill's had a massive influence over here, and it's great to see so many Blues in.
Lee, we've got a room full of buzzing Evertonians in there. How's it all come together?
Oh mate, it's been a couple of days of hard work, but totally worth it. It's absolutely fantastic.
To add even more spice to Everton's clash with Sydney FC, the A-League champions drafted in Dwight York, the former Manchester United striker who played for them in 2005-2006 and was more than happy to come out of retirement for one more game.
It's always exciting to play against Premiership team when you retire from the game, so I'm pretty much excited by that, and obviously it'd be good to catch up with one or two, old faces. With Phil, is what you see is what you get. He's a man that wears his heart on his sleeve. He gives you everything, whatever he's got, and that doesn't surprise me that he's really well liked among the players and really well liked among the fans as well. And as I said, he's done extremely well over the years as a player and deserves all the credit that he's get as well. It's just nice to see him. He's a very pleasant person, very pleasant man. He's got a fantastic family, we know that. And nothing but great things to say about Phil, and a great deal of respect there.
Whenever you think of Dwight York, it just brings a smile to my face, because I shared 3 or 4 seasons at Man U with him, and he brought nothing but smile, and he smiled every day. He lit up the whole dressing room, even on days when you got bad days, hard days, defeats. He was always there smiling, and we had some great nights out with Yorkie too. And people forget that he was a great goal scorer for Man United, and he probably was the biggest part in us winning the treble in the season in 1999. So fantastic to see him again. He's a bit of a cult hero out here, and it's no surprise because everywhere he goes he seems to be really inspirational. So it'd be great to catch up with him.
He's a class player, and it'll be good to see him out here playing, and I think he'll bring something to them which they haven't really got, some experience and stuff, and a top player that what he is, so I think it'll be good.
I'm sure he'll also be thinking, hey, wait a minute, this is a tough game for me, so if I'm worried about our boys maybe lasting the time, well, I don't know how Dwight York will be.
It was a busy day for Tim Cahill on Thursday as he visited the headquarters of Woolworths, the key retailers of Everton sponsor Chang. Tim collected a cheque for his charity before meeting staff and signing autographs.
So, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together in a big warm Northwest welcome to Tim Cahill.
Thank you so much for everyone coming out. I know you all work here anyway, but I only thought there'll be like 20 people. That's what they told me anyway.
Then it was off to Rooty Hill in the outskirts of Sydney for a gala dinner in aid of the Tim Cahill Cancer Fund for Children, his very own charity. The entire Everton squad were in attendance, and over $100,000 Australian was raised for a magnificent cause. By Friday, thoughts had very much turned to the game at the impressive ANZ Stadium, and even though it comes after just a week of pre-season training, the Everton camp was in a positive mood.
It's been a long week. We've worked really hard, and you throw the travelling in and the jet lag, then I think it's been a really successful week, and I think we're all a little bit sceptical coming out here, but I think everyone's really enjoyed it, and we've been away from Europe, from England, from the public glare, and we've set up home here, and it's probably been one of the best pre-season tours that I've been on so far, because we've had 8 days in one place, we've not been travelling around, and we've managed to get some really quality training in, and the young players and the new players have settled in superbly.
In their final training session before the opening game of the tour, there was a surprise figure on the pitch. Australian fast bowler Brett Lee, a good friend of Tim Cahill, had dropped in to meet the players and try his hand at the beautiful game.
Brett Lee, a pleasure to welcome you to Everton TV. I take it you're a good mate of Timmy's?
Yeah, we've known each other now for a while. Real good fella, and he's a great, like a great ambassador, not only for Everton but also, for world soccer or football. A great guy, and a great Australian sportsman.
Everton headed into the Sydney game without new striker Jermaine Beckford, who had a slight injury problem, and Phil Neville missed out as well. He wasn't risked after knee surgery back in May. Nevertheless, David Moyes was still able to name a very strong team full of experienced Premier League players.
Brosgate to Jameson. Looking to angle the ball in between the two centre-halves. Good snapshot coming in by Broske, straight at Turner, whose hands were good. He did well there, Turner. Although the ball was hit straight at him, it was hit with pace. Rodwell. Osman. There's a bit of shirt tugging, but the referee allows the advantage. This is an Ichibi. Got his shot in well. York reacted quickly to the rebound, but good work by Ichibi. The sort of sharpness which David Moyes, I'm sure, will be looking for more of in the second period. So onto the field comes an Australian hero, Tim Cahill. Played for Australia in this World Cup and the first player to score for Australia in the World Cup finals. So he will forever have a place in Australian football history. Meanwhile, here's Arteta, back to Baines. Anichebe, good turn, chance for Anichebe, and well taken. Very well taken indeed by Victor Anichebe. Well, not much the keeper could do about that, I don't suppose. Jagielka, and that will be the last action of the game. So Everton's first pre-season friendly. Big finish then. Sydney 0, Everton 1.
The players had a day off after the win over Sydney FC, but they were soon back into training on Monday, with the next game against Melbourne Heart only 2 days away. Spirits were high in the camp after the victory, and the players were very much looking forward to the next part of the tour.
It's been good just to get back in training again, and obviously the running's been quite tough for us, but it's good to get our first game under the belt and get the victory, so all the lads are looking forward to the next game now.
I think the boys have sort of climatised now. It's nice to get one of the games out of the way. A couple more days then, obviously we'll have our second game, and hopefully we can have a positive result in that and go forward to the last one.
How do you think it went against Sydney?
Yeah, it was good. We've played quite early on in the season a game. Obviously there's a lot of fans there, so a little bit of added pressure, without having too many kicks of the football. But no, I think the boys have acquitted themselves really well. Victor scored a fantastic goal, and as a defender it's nice to have kept a clean sheet.
On Tuesday, the Everton party moved to Melbourne to step up preparations for the game against the Heart. Unsurprisingly, once again, Tim Cahill was the main man, and he spoke to the Australian media moments after getting off the plane.
That's fantastic, I've played here a few times in Melbourne. I know the big crowd and support that the Melbourne fans bring, and we're playing a new outfit, Melbourne Heart, and they've signed some great players, Beecham, Aloisi, and ex-player Skoko. So it'll be a bit of a reunion, but I think it's the excitement of what's going to happen, and the fans that turn up to support them, and also hopefully the Melbourne Victory fans turn up to support me as well.
The squad went straight from the airport to visit the home of EFC, Essendon Football Club that is, one of the top Aussie rule sides.
The main thing is fitness-wise we seems to click already, and that would be nice to keep doing it all the season.
Tuesday was a very busy day, and it was far from over for the players as they headed out to a Melbourne college for a late afternoon training session that was enjoyed by hundreds of watching school children. Match day in Melbourne duly arrived, and the city's Imperial Hotel was the venue for the Supporters Club pre-match party, which was well attended by both expats and travelling toffees.
Well, we know that there's gonna be a show when the Everton boys are there.
Afterwards, everyone headed to the Etihad Stadium, a fabulous arena whose retractable roof was closed for the game. Phil Neville and Jermaine Beckford were back and on the bench for the Blues, but Mikel Arteta wasn't available after flying home for his wedding.
There's the man everybody wants to come and see, Tim Cahill. The bench once again. Sahara and Ichibi will get us underway at the Etihad Stadium here in Melbourne. Everton were tickle pink after Saturday's success, sporting their new away strip, which certainly did bring some colour to was an entertaining match. Dinyar Bililetdinov. He's got Saha making the run now through the middle, out to the right-hand side for Nichibi. The overlapping run of Seamus Coleman, who's into the penalty area, goes down on the intentions, and it will be a penalty for Everton. Seamus Coleman, who loves to do that, bombarding his way down the right-hand side, causing all sorts of problems in the very, very early stages of this match. From 12 yards, a chance to get himself his first goal of the tour. And he's missed it. Wow. It's well wide, hits the stanchion behind, that holds up the net. Goodness me. Really drama. Sibon loses out to Leon Osman. Challenges Sahar, was tracking back. Sibon again. Terra. Sibon again. Gerald Sibon, round Turner. Wrong side of the post. Best move of the match so far for Melbourne Hearts. And the chance came for Gerald Sibon. Took it in his stride, shrugs it beyond Seamus Coleman. It doesn't beat the front man. Skoko, great hit! Great save. That's a top save from Ian Turner. There was some strike from Joseph Skoko. One touch on the bounce, bang. That is postage stamp stuff, isn't it? If that found its way into the back of the net. Bililetdinov, who's gone infield now. This is Anichibi. Coleman on the right-hand side. Here he is, Seamus Coleman. Man in the middle, Rodwell's won it in. Rodwell scores. Brilliant goal. Jack Rodwell capping off a wonderful Everton move made by the cross from Seamus Coleman. He couldn't miss, could he? And Everton do get their goal. It's the 19-year-old boy wonder, that is Jack Rodwell. Here we will. The captain's armband. He's going to get 45 minutes or so under his belt. Osman. Ichibi. To go through the middle for Sahar on the turn. Louis Sahar! That's a fabulous goal. Wonderful finish from Louis Sahar, and he's off the mark. Fine touch, just got away from him a little there, but it's a wonderful controlled finish, which Clint Bolton is getting nowhere near. Off and running, 2-0. Fred will come on to replace Leon Osman. Here is Beckford, nice turn. Jermaine Beckford! What a start to Everton life that would have been. Super strike, which had Clint Bolton struggling.
The morning after the win over the Heart, Everton relocated once again, this time to sunny Brisbane, the venue for the final game of the tour against Brisbane Roar.
It's been a long trip, but there's been a few games in it, and we've done quite well in the game so far, so it's been enjoyable, but we'll all be glad to get home, I think.
The manager must be pleased, mustn't he? The manager must be delighted. He's challenged the boys to win every pre-season game. 2 wins, 2 clean sheets, can't ask for more than that.
Yeah, the boys have performed really well. I think it's a good start to the pre-season. Hopefully we can carry on that and then take good form into the season.
On Friday, Everton trained at the Suncorp Stadium, home of the Roar. The impressive 50,000-seater stadium resembled a Premier League ground in its rectangular nature and also boasted just about the best playing surface so far. In the afternoon, some of the squad attended the Roar Against Racism event, which was being run by the host club. Skipper Phil Neville made a short speech and the players posed for photos with fans and some of their Roar counterparts before a light-hearted game of two-a-side broke out. After the event, attention turned to the game, with the Blues hoping to finish with a perfect record down under. Another match day, another supporters party, this time in Brisbane's Pig and Whistle pub. When game time approached, it was back to the Suncorp to see if the Toffees could complete their clean sweep down under.
A very warm welcome then from the Suncorp Stadium, one of the finest football venues in Australia, and it's the home of Brisbane Roar. There is a trophy up for grabs, so there will be penalties if it ends all square. Hold on to your hats then, here we go. Everton getting the game underway. Sylvain Distin just stroking it forward for Leighton Baines. David Moyes looking for victory number 3. Here's Billy Electonoff trying to hook one into the danger zone. And I tell you what, Jermaine Beckford almost made something of that. Leighton Baines, Rodwell here. Effort on goal is a brilliant one from Jack Rodwell. That is pure class from the 19-year-old. What a finish. He looked up, he knew exactly where he was going to put it, and he executed it to absolute perfection. And it gives Everton the breakthrough here against Brisbane Roar. And how about that? Here's Barbarouses. Ivan Franic with the ball in. This is a chance, Barbarouses, and it's 1-1. Ian Turner is beaten for the first time on this Australian tour, and it was a good finish from Costa Barbarouses, the New Zealander signed from Wellington Phoenix. Here's Leon Osmond for Everton. Lays the ball into the far post, chance, and Everton have done it. And Magai Gueye makes his first goal for Everton. Well finished. On as a sub against Sydney, a start in Melbourne, on as a sub again here against Brisbane Roar, and isn't he delighted? His first goal for Everton. Left-footed, slotted home, far post. Magai Gueye takes the applause from his teammates. That is it. It's a hugely successful tour of Australia for Everton. It's 3 wins from 3. They have defeated Brisbane Roar here by 2-1. After the 2-1 victory here, the Queensland Roars Against Racism trophy is raised high, and is that a sign of things to come for Everton's season 2010-2011?
Pleased but not delighted, because that doesn't really get me going. What gets me going is winning the games in the Premier League and doing that. But let's be fair, you know, we done well at the end of last season. We've kept it going, and the players have played quite well, because these games have been relatively tough for them.
Great way to round off the tour. It's just said in there, you know, if Everton are ever moving to a new ground, it's, you know, to be based on this one. This is a proper football stadium, probably the best stadium we've played in, the best football pitch we've played on, and probably the toughest game. And they gave us a really tough game in the first half, and they kept going. They made the pitch really wide, and in terms of fitness exercise, I thought it was an outstanding workout.